Alright, so today we're going to have a look at how we can write an informative text. It's very important that we are able to do this, especially for HASS. So we are going to be able to, we will look at having a template to have, to be able to put our ideas together so we can form a cohesive paragraph. Now, here I'm just about to show you an example of an informative paragraph about gold, and then I will break it down for you so you can see which parts, well, where it belongs in our template. So then when you go write a paragraph, you will find out that you can see it quite easily where each part belongs. Alright, so our paragraph is: gold was first found by some convicts in 1815 near Bathurst in New South Wales, but in 1851 more discoveries were made, resulting in the beginning of the gold rush. People came from all over the world, intending to strike it rich and return home to their own countries. There were so many people coming to the goldfields, so the government imposed a licensing fee. Many hard-working people from China also rushed to the goldfields, which caused resentment from all the other workers. It was a hard life digging for gold, where some became rich, but many did not. So that paragraph gives you a very brief outline. It doesn't go into very much detail, because we will save that for another time, but for now, this is like an introductory paragraph that we will get into more detail later. So, let's have a look at the introductory sentence. The introductory sentence introduces the subject using a clear topic sentence. The topic sentence, remember, is what the whole paragraph or even the text is going to be about. So, our topic sentence, the introductory sentence is: gold was first found by some convicts in 1815 near Bathurst in New South Wales, but in 1851 more discoveries were made, resulting in the beginning of the gold rush. So the information in here is talking about the discovery of gold and what was known as the beginning of the gold rush. So we will be able to find out more about the gold rush, and we would expect that the rest of the paragraph is about the gold rush. So then we look at once we've done the introductory sentence, we will have to add the facts. So we are describing more about what our introduction was about. So a good number to think about is 3. So having 3 more facts along with your introductory sentence. So you're needing to be stating them, and it says in a logical order. So we're not going to be starting about the end. We're not going to be writing about the end of the gold rush at the beginning, are we? We will need to make sure that they go in a logical order. It makes sense. It flows. It is cohesive. So let's look at fact 1. So the first fact is: people came from all over the world, intending to strike it rich and return home to their own countries. So that's one fact. That's something about the gold rush. It's saying that people came from all over the world. And we're giving a little bit more information by saying intending to strike it rich and return home to their own countries. Now, fact 2 is: there were so many people coming to the goldfield, so the government imposed a licensing fee. That is giving 2 bits of information. It's saying because there were so many people coming, the government imposed a licensing fee on it. So it's giving us some more information. It doesn't go into details about the licensing fee. It doesn't tell us how many people came, but which we can look into later, because this is, remember, just an introduction. And our third fact is: many hard-working people from China also rushed to the goldfields, which caused resentment from all the other workers. So this is giving a little bit more specific detail. In the previous sentence, it's saying people coming from the world. Well, actually, sorry, it was the two sentences prior. But this one's saying specifically from China. And it's talking about hard-working people from China. And it's also talking about the resentment that the other workers, so people from other countries, they felt resentment towards the Chinese people. All right, and so the ending of the paragraph is that we have a concluding sentence. We don't just leave it there. We have to round it up with something. And it concludes with a statement about the subject. So the concluding sentence is, "It was a hard life digging for gold, where some became rich, but many did not." So that, because it's an introduction, it is just rounding off. It's giving a little bit more information, but it's finishing it off there. Now, when it is your turn to be writing an informative paragraph, you'll have a template that looks like this. It has the boxes there for you to be able to write some information in. In the beginning, you'll just be jotting down some notes. So the introductory sentence, you'll be popping in what is appropriate for your sentence, your paragraph. And then there's the 3 boxes for the different facts. And then, of course, underneath is the concluding sentence. Now, you're going to have a turn now. We're going to do it together. So you're going to help me write a paragraph about one of these topics. So because we'll go back to fact 1 because that makes sense. So if we have our introduction here, we're now going to look at this fact here, that people came from all over the world intending to strike it rich and return home to their own countries. So you're going to be given some information, and we're going to put some thoughts together to be able to write an informative paragraph. And we will do that as a whole class before it's your turn to be able to write other paragraphs yourselves.